What would you tell your younger self? It's a popular question on social media now and on podcasts. I even ask a variation of that on my own podcast. And oftentimes you'll hear the answers like, oh, well, make sure you're true to yourself and you find your purpose and be in the moment. And they're great. And those are wonderful things that you should do. But not long ago, I had a guest flip it on me and they said, well, they asked me, Bradley, what would you tell your younger self? And my answer isn't what she thought. In fact, it's probably not what many of you think. Without blinking an eye, I said, I'd tell more people to fuck off. She was shocked. She's like, whoa. I said, let me explain myself. That doesn't mean just randomly being angry, belligerent, rude. No, nothing like that. Why I said I'd tell more people to fuck off is because I've been a lifelong people pleaser. And you may know what that's like. I did so many times professionally, personally, in a marriage, with friends, in situations where I would roll over thinking that I'm taking the high road. Or I lie to myself and say, well, you're just operating with integrity and ethics and you're just being the better person. And that's great. But there are moments, just like Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse, be nice until it's time not to be nice. But the problem was I was nice sometimes for too long. And there are certain situations where, yeah, that didn't work for me. No, that's not going to work. I don't like that. That doesn't feel good. No, you, sir, can fuck off. And that is perfectly okay. Now, the challenge with this is we think it's easy to do because, we think of the person who cuts us off in traffic or is rude to us or someone who's a stranger. But the situations where you should really tell someone to go fuck themselves are the hardest because you're usually closest to those people. Or it's a situation where you feel you have the most to lose or the consequences might be pretty great. And sometimes, I know in my experience, I build those consequences up to be pretty dramatic. But the reality is, they're not. And if you stand up for yourself, it's going to pay off. I can think of a business situation where I should have told them to fuck off. No, resulted in losing, 6 figures in a lawsuit, a marriage, all kinds of things. I'd tell my younger self, it's okay to stand up for yourself. And you should. And you should. And I guess the thing is, it's not too late. That's not saying you're going to be cranky and telling everybody off. It's just there are certain situations when you know in your gut, hey, I'm about to roll over and this isn't right. I shouldn't do this. And it's okay. You're going to live. And in many cases, the situation is going to be better and the consequences are not nearly as dire as you would expect. And whether you lose that job or that person or whatever, you're going to have yourself. And that's the good stuff. Tell me what you think. And tell me what you would tell your younger self. I'm Bradley Richardson. This is Advanced Adulting.